Hello, traveler. I am Miss Willow, but you can feel free to call me Amber if you'd like. Today I actually wanted to talk about more of a delving into a topic of Hytale that does not really relate to the news. Although I did hear the wonderful Hytale news about the early access release date, which is going to be January 13th. I am so stoked, and my original guess was going to be January 21st. And honestly, I thought that that was gonna be a stretch, like really early, but I'm very happily surprised that the actual early access release is going to be sooner than even I thought. What were your predictions? Were you actually close, or did you expect something more distant future? Are you pleasantly surprised? Let me know down below. But today is not going to be about Hytale news. It's going to be about an older Hytale subject regarding a specific biome that piques my interest very, very much, which is the jungle, the underground jungle with those interestingly evolved dinosaurs. They seem to resemble deep sea fish and like anglerfish and have evolved features like glowing lanterns hanging on their heads and tentacles and glowing eyes and everything and patterns. It just really strikes an interest in me because when I was really, really, really young, my first obsession was dinosaurs. Everything dinosaurs had to be dinosaurs. Everything. I don't know who relates, but dinosaurs, I loved them so much. It moved to dragons quickly, and it's still dragons. You can clearly see from my art channel, but I'm totally happy with that. But dinosaurs have always piqued an interest in me. I love them. I love a blast from the past, and I'm gonna be talking about that today. I wanted to not only go through some images of the screenshots of the game and concept art regarding the dinosaurs, the cave rex and the raptors and dimetrodons, and just get excited about that, but I also wanted to speculate some ideas on how these creatures might behave and how a player might be able to mod or have certain challenges in game to just kind of live in that prehistoric jungle below the Slothians. And I'm just so stoked to talk about that. So let's get right into it. I'll talk about the concept art and share some ideas. Let me know, do you agree with them? Are these ideas that have already been leaked, or am I just totally off? Let me know, but I'm excited to talk about it. Let's go. Starting with the concept art for the cave rex and other dinosaurs. This image shares some very neat features of the dinosaurs and their extreme detail and evolution. The cave rex shares similarities with deep-sea predators, with its exaggeratedly large face and wide jaws, bearing some giant teeth. A small lantern seemingly to draw in prey, as possibly fruits and vegetation in the jungle biome may be bright-colored and or glow. At least I hope it is. I think it would be not only neat for the Rex to be silent and lure in prey, but maybe the hanging orb appears like something that other animals in the biome or the player may want. The skin of the dinosaur then blending into the undergrowth. The only thing I worry of is that the design makes the dinosaur appear loud and obvious. Scary and awesome as that is, a part of me kind of hopes that this horrifying creature is able to sneak up and frighten me as I play, making it the apex enemy. Even if it's loud and in your face, very obviously there, I think it'll execute well. The raptor shows a similar nature, but more prancy and agile in my opinion. Maybe the raptor is better at blending in and sneaking around. The picture shows two possible variants of the raptor, one more dinosaur-like and the other's face more like a vulture. The dimetrodon seems like it could be an herbivore, but with its sharp teeth, perhaps it could also eat fish in the waters? I'm really not sure, I can't tell, but it definitely doesn't look as monstrous as the others. Prehistoric chicken is also pretty sweet. It seems as though it's at the bottom of the food chain, but still could possibly pose a minor threat to the player, as it does appear raptor-like. Moving on to the next image of concept art, the cave systems and zone that we might see these prehistoric critters. It shows a lot of depth and discovery and challenge before entering the jungle cave. It looks like you'd have to go through a lot of hardship or adventure before even knowing that the place even exists below. The Slothian village above it, possibly a species escaped from the terrors of the dinosaurs and made refuge in a similarly lush and plentiful area, but without the havoc of being hunted. We'll have to see. This is all underground, underneath devastated lands and hot magma-filled land above, as I'm speculating this is the more lava and darker region, possibly hinting at the escape of dinosaurs during a mass extinction process of the area, where perhaps animals had to retreat a long time ago, long enough for enough evolution like this, a volcanic eruption causing them to hide underground and eventually evolve in the dark. This is my take on what happened, and it would be interesting to find out what is left above. We'll have to see. Was it jungle previously above on land before the volcano erupted, leaving this devastation? I have to think about that. Now moving on to the next. Here is a Triceratops-like dinosaur with glowing patterns. It might indicate a light source directly coming from the creature's skin or scales to adapt in low light areas. Possibly, as seen far in the background, hunting down a player, another raptor-like creature with more pulled back, glowing tentacles on its head appears, glowing teeth and eyes. The player doesn't seem to be phased, looking more to the side as if exploring the greenery. Maybe this dinosaur is silent until it's too late. Since the biome's already in a cave, ores seem to be exposed, growing into trees, or trees growing around the ores, stalagmites and stalactites, reclaiming the territory to its oldest ancestor, the tree. The next image shares some same hunting dinosaur. It looks as if the raptor or dinosaur is on the cusp of entering a Slothian village. You can see the sloth person in the window of the hut right in the middle. A merchant, perhaps? I feel like it could be because of all the potions in the player's inventory. Might have just bought those from the Slothian. On the right, you can see a thick bamboo-esque tree. Possibly just simple bamboo, but it is promising of some helpful resources, at least I hope. The last image was part of a mod Hytale made so that players can ride on the raptors. It shows many possibilities for us to override the normal behaviors of creatures in game, and makes the concept of modding all that more exciting, as it gets one thinking about everything we could possibly do with this jungle environment. I, for one, am so stoked to mess around with this and see what the possibilities are, because I have some pretty interesting ideas that I would like to share in a minute. Some of my thoughts on this as a whole, I wonder what farming would look like in this area, what challenges people might come up with this biome in mind. I'd love to think that you can have different herbivore dinosaurs as rideable jungle farm animals, maybe able to be modded to help with farming, pull a till or walk along paths of exotic fruit and water them, such as an advanced system. It would be nice to create a jungle-only world, and see how far you can get with the exotic resources, and Slothians as a lovely trading community. Exotic fruit trees and berries, and possibly making use of some very unique light sources to adorn your little underground cabin of sorts. Imagine creating a modded fruit that certain dinosaurs love, and being able to tame them in return for the opportunity to ride an unstoppable cave rex. Perhaps he can be still a little feral and you have to keep feeding him to make sure he won't turn on you. An advanced behavior like such, I think that's such a great idea. I wonder if I can even implement that. I know there's a lot of things that I am hoping to try and mod, and some different creatures, and similarly dinosaur/dragon-esque monsters, with more advanced behaviors in AI. I am so excited to work on this. Different NPCs. Let me know in the comments, what are some modding ideas or just general ideas for this biome that you're hoping for? Let me know. Well, hey, that is gonna be it for the video. I am so expecting and hoping to be making more videos regarding these littler subjects in the game. Different biomes, different creatures, different species, hoping to get excited about modding. If you have known me from other channels and projects, I have been a small Minecraft mod developer making the Ferndale mod, and I am super excited to try and get more in depth with with the like easier modding capabilities and possibly learn more. I don't have as much of a desire to learn so much when modding for Minecraft can be very, very difficult, and even though I love playing with other mods, creating them is not really my strong suit. And hearing about the modding capabilities of Hytale and how those might work and look, I've gotten very, very excited over the years, really looking forward to putting that creativity out there. And I'm so excited to make lots of different creatures and dragons and bring my story arc characters into this game that can be interacted with and played with, and I'm hoping for the best. Thank you so much for watching the video. Let me know if there's anything that you would like me to cover or talk about. Share your ideas. Feel free, start a discussion. I'm excited to hear what you have to say. And without further ado, I will have to call it quits today, but I will see you soon. Bye-bye!